Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, walking into your kitchen, and finding a check on the table for 30,000 euros. The check is signed by the government of Italy, and the only thing they want in return is for you to live here. This isn't a scam, it isn't a phishing email. Right now, in the year 2025, one of the most beautiful regions in Europe is facing a crisis so severe that they are literally bribing people to move there. We are talking about a place where the ocean is turquoise blue, the food is legendary, and the sun shines 300 days a year. It sounds like the deal of a lifetime. Get paid to live in paradise. But as the old Italian saying goes, when the devil pets you, he wants your soul. Because behind this 30,000 euro check is a reality that the glossy travel brochures won't tell you. There is a reason why the locals are leaving. There is a reason why these houses are empty. Welcome to TourGraphy. Today, we are flying to the heel of Italy to find out, is the free money worth the risk? To understand why anyone would move here, you first have to understand where here actually is. Because we aren't talking about a frozen village in the middle of nowhere. We are talking about Salento. If you look at a map of Italy, Salento is the very tip of the heel. Travelers call it the Maldives of Europe, but the geography here is actually much more interesting than the Maldives. This is the land of two seas. On the east side, you have the Adriatic Sea. This coast is wild and dramatic, with massive limestone cliffs that drop straight into deep blue water. It's perfect for cliff jumping and exploring hidden sea caves. On the west side, you have the Ionian Sea. This is the Maldives side. The water is shallow, calm, and impossibly clear. You can walk out for 100 meters and the water will only be up to your waist. Locals have a secret trick. Because the peninsula is so narrow, they choose their beach based on the wind. If the Tramontana wind blows from the north, they go to the south coast, where the water is flat as glass. If the Sirocco wind blows from the Sahara Desert in the south, they go to the north coast. It means that no matter what the weather is doing, you can always find a perfect, protected paradise. But the real magic of this place isn't just the water, it is the stone itself. And this brings us to a fascinating fact about the architecture here. The entire region is built from a unique material called pietra laches, leche stone. This stone has a scientific property that feels like magic. When you dig it out of the ground, it is soft and malleable, almost like butter or hard cheese. You can carve it with a pocket knife. This is why the churches and palaces here are covered in insane, intricate details, flowers, angels, gargoyles, that you don't see anywhere else in Italy. But here's the trick. Once the stone is exposed to the air and the sun, it hardens and turns a golden honey color. It creates a city that glows pink at sunset, but is as hard as diamond. You are literally living inside a work of art that was carved like butter and frozen by the sun. This land is beautiful, but it was also dangerous. If you drive along the coast today, you will see massive stone towers standing alone on the cliffs every few kilometers. These aren't just for decoration, these are the ancient coastal watchtowers. For centuries, this paradise was the target of pirates and the Ottoman Turks coming across the sea. The towers were built to communicate. If a watchman saw a pirate ship, he would light a fire. The next tower would see the smoke and light their fire. Within minutes, the entire coast of Salento would be warned. Today, these towers are crumbling ruins where you can sit and watch the sunset, a silent reminder that this paradise was once a fortress. But the most surprising secret of this town is underground, and this brings us to the specific town offering the money, Presicce. On the surface, Presicce looks like a normal, beautiful Italian Baroque town. But if you walk through the main square, you're actually walking on top of a secret industrial city. For centuries, this town was the oil capital of Europe, but not petroleum, olive oil. They called it green gold. In the 1700s, the olive oil from Presicce was so famous it was used to light the street lamps of London, Paris, and Vienna. But the locals didn't make the oil in factories. They carved massive caves out of the rock beneath the town. These are called frantoi ipogei, underground mills. Farmers and workers would live underground for months at a time, pressing the olives in the dark to keep the oil cool and pure. Today, you can actually go down there. You can walk through these ancient caves and see the giant stone wheels that powered the European economy 300 years ago. If the history doesn't convince you, the lifestyle will. In the rest of the world, we are obsessed with productivity. In Salento, they're obsessed with the il dolce far niente, the sweetness of doing nothing. Time here isn't measured in minutes, it's measured in meals. The morning starts with a pasticciotto, a golden pastry filled with warm custard, fresh from the oven. Lunch is a 3-hour affair. You eat orecchiette, the famous ear-shaped pasta that grandmothers still make by hand on wooden tables in the street. And let's talk about the price, because this is the other reason people are tempted to move here. The cost of living in Presicce is shockingly low compared to the US or UK. An espresso at the bar, €1. A whole margarita pizza, 5 or 6 euros. A glass of local wine, €2. You can have a 3-course dinner for 2 people under 40 euros. Your monthly grocery bill might be half of what it is in New York or London. So not only does the government pay you 30,000 euros to arrive, but your monthly burn rate drops dramatically. So the place is perfect. Why is the government paying people to live here? The answer is simple. The town is running out of children. Young Italians are leaving for the big cities, leaving these beautiful historic homes empty. So here's the deal in plain English. The town of Presicce-Acquarica will pay you up to 30,000 euros if you move your residence here. The money is split. Part of it goes to buying the house and part of it goes to renovations. Since you can find homes here for as little as 25,000 euros, the government is basically offering to cover the cost of the property. But here's the catch. You cannot buy a new house. You must buy a house built before 1991. In Italy, this means you are buying a fixer-upper. You aren't just getting a free house, you're getting a project. You'll need to fix the roof, update the wiring, and deal with old plumbing. Also, you must become a resident. This means you have to live here. You can't just buy it as a vacation home and leave it empty. They want neighbors, not ghosts. And becoming a resident means entering the Italian tax system. If you don't plan carefully, the taxes can be high. So, is it worth it? If you just want free money, no. The renovation work is hard. But here's the truth. Even if you never take the money, you have to see this place at least once in your life. Forget the financial deal. To stand in these golden piazzas, to explore the underground olive caves, to swim in the 2 seas, it changes you. Moving here is a complicated decision, but visiting here, that is a duty to your soul. The experience of breathing this air is worth more than any check the government can write you. Presicce is beautiful. The government isn't paying you because the place is bad. They're paying you for your company. So the question isn't, do you want 30,000 euros? The question is, are you ready to trade the stress of the modern world for the slow, messy, beautiful chaos of southern Italy? If the answer is yes, the check is waiting for you. What do you think? Would you move here? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know about the town where you are legally forbidden to die, click this video right here. Thanks for watching TourGraphy.